Hi guys. So I just spent this weekend watching The Polygamist. Okay, in between my day-to-day routines, I had to watch The Polygamist, and I would say it was mind-blowing. There's a point in time where I was actually cooking, and I was like, okay, let me get my phone and start and finish off this episode because I wasn't gonna do anything. But anyway, for those who haven't watched The Polygamist, I would say go and watch. So, okay, first things first, let's talk about The Polygamist. So The Polygamist is a series that that's coming from a novel written by Sunyati, and Sunyati is Zimbabwean. Go girl, Sunyati. Congratulations on this big win, and thank you very much for telling our African stories in a very good way. We really enjoyed it. So, the actors are mainly South African, with I think I saw one Zimbabwean. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Who was Tino Chinyani? Though it was like a really short-lived scene. But yay! Congratulations, Tino. I hope this is the start of your acting career. Okay, so The Polygamist, linking with the name of the series, is of a guy who cheats. I wouldn't really say that he was a polygamist. I would say he was cheating because I would think that polygamy works in a situation where you have agreed with your wife that, okay, I'm taking on a second wife, I'm taking on a third wife, I'm taking on a fourth wife. And in the moment that I get into the marriage, I know that this is polygamy, right? Whereas all these women didn't know, except for Aunt Essie. I think Aunt Essie knew that there was Joyce. So she was content. But then we're gonna break it down into a different parts. I think right now I just want to basically just talk about it and like just a rough summary of The Polygamist, and then if people enjoy this summary of mine, then I can move on to talk about each characters. But I just wanted to talk about an overall summary of The Polygamist. So I would say this is probably like a womanhood series talking about how African women, I don't know if it's a Southern African women thing, but I know I've got friends from Kenya, I've got friends from Uganda, and usually our stories are similar when we talk about how men cheat a lot and then hide behind the men are polygamists story, right? So I would like to think that it's an African thing. So, this guy, oh Jonas, guys, huh? I would say at every episode, I was like, ha, ha. But at the end of the series, I was like, honestly, this is an African story talking about many women in Africa. Like, these are definitely our politicians. These are definitely our celebrities. These are the guys, our philanthropists. These are the guys who have money, and some actually who don't have money back home, okay, in Africa. These are our fathers, these are our brothers, these are our lovers, these are our husbands. These people are people who we know, people who I'm sure not every woman, but then I'm sure most women know of these men. honestly. So, anyway, let's go. Okay, so it showed us what it feels like when a man only wants the body but never the heart. Um, like, I don't know if you understand. Like, Jonas was more into the body of the women, of course, with Joyce. I guess maybe they started from the bottom, where Joyce assisted Jonas from because her dad had a higher position that could influence Jonas's career, right? So yeah, but then also Essie took Jonas to school or gave him money for varsity. So that's another point. Okay, so all the other girls who then came after were there for the money because Jonas had money. And then he also wanted them for their bodies, which is the sexual benefit from this. I mean, you know what? With why I am saying man only wants the body, like how this series was showing us how men only wants the body, is the part where Matipa had the twins and Jonas came to the house and he wanted to have he wanted to be intimate with Matipa. And then Matipa is like, no, I'm supposed to wait 6 weeks. I had a C-section. No, bro, I had a C-section and I know how my body could not, standing up, getting out of the bed, my body could not for 2 weeks. Like, it was a struggle. And then he's like, yeah, down there it's not working, but then your lips are still working. I will, Jonas. And he was lowering Matipa's head to actually go and give him a BJ. And she did it. That's Jonas for you. Jonas. So, yeah, through the pain, everything that we saw through the whole series, I think we learned about self-worth, about sisterhood, and choosing peace over love. You know, I could see how Joyce at some point would just say, I'm choosing peace. Okay, let's bring in Matipa into the marriage. Yeah, it's mind-blowing because I mean, so many women, these are our mothers, these are our sisters, these are our friends who are so many who have said, yeah, that's what men do. So let's make peace with it. So she then says, okay, you can go and marry her. We make peace with it and we move on. But then I don't think that you then choose self-worth. I think you choose peace. Because if you're choosing self-worth, you wouldn't even tolerate. Yeah. But the cast did well. Well done, Gugu. Well done, everyone. To be honest, the cast did amazing. You really embodied the women so perfect. Um, you could actually feel every silent tear. Like you could feel the forced smiles. You could see that this isn't just an act. They really gave voice to the women who suffer in silence. So, yeah, I think maybe I should do like a deep dive into characters and how it was, because I just wanted to give a summary of how I felt about it and what I got from the series. Um, I also feel like how it affects the children was also really shown how um kids the kids or children basically then take what their fathers were doing, like the sons. Like, your dad was doing this, he hurt your mom, you were there. What's the next thing that you're doing? You're sleeping with the receptionist. You're looking at women. You're now sexualizing women when you're looking at them. So I saw that on Menzi. And then the last part of the series, he then sleeps with a girl who was sleeping with her father. And then you're thinking, if she was sleeping with her father and her father passed away with HIV, that probably means that you got it. I don't know if there's going to be like a part 2, but Sunyati, I hope that they give you a season, the opportunity to write season 2, because girl, this is going levels. This is going big. Like, we love it. We love you. We love what you have done. This is an amazing book. Unfortunately, I never read the book, but then I know right now it's going to be, the prices are going to hike because we're in the hype of the movie. So I'm probably going to read the book a little bit later on when the hype settles down. But well done, Sunyati. We support you. We love you. This is coming from a former Zimbabwean. I also sent a DM to Sunyati because I was like, she deserves her flowers. Well done, Sunyati. Well done, Gugu. Well done, the cast of The Polygamist. This was amazing. You really showed what we all wanted to see. And we didn't know that we wanted to see this. We didn't know how we wanted to show the world that we also have our African stories. So we also have African culture that has been happening for years, and it's not all about the Western culture. It's not all about the Western stories. So well done. And to all the women who are going through this, I hope you find solace in this. I hope you resonate with Joyce, you resonate with AC, you resonate with Matipa, you resonate with Lindani. Oh, you also resonate with I've forgotten the name of the lady. Is it Lunga, who infected Jonas with HIV? I hope we do better. And I mean, yeah, no, we've accepted the fact that men cheat, but the level of Jonasi was extreme. But we all know these stories. We know these stories. We all know these women who taking it in. And then usually the first wife goes all biblical and starts praying and goes on her knees. But then the women keep coming, they're piling on. There comes the second wife, there comes the third wife, then there comes the younger ones. So we all know these stories. And yeah, this is a short one that I just wanted to do. If you like my video, please tell me so that I can also break down each and everything. But then well done, everyone. I loved this one. Bye.